Now, you just saw that video there, well, a piece of the video coming up. Mr. Sherwin, I know he's with us this morning via Zoom. Good morning to you, Sherwin Gardner. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Good to be on the inside and good to be on TTT, man.
Yeah, man. Good to have you here as well. Now, Sherwin, you've been a pioneer in Caribbean gospel music for some years now. Like, I mean, at this point, I feel like you're a household name. You've impacted so many lives, artists, and styles of music over the years. You know, how does it feel to see the fraternity grow in the last few years, especially since you've been a part of it and part of the foundation of it?
Yeah, it actually feels really good. As you know, I'm not living in Trinidad. I live in the Bahamas right now. I'm the worship leader at Bahamas Harvest Church here in the Bahamas. And when I look home or I call home, I keep seeing what's happening. I'm pretty excited about where gospel music is going, especially because I was one of the foundation artists in terms of the movement of gospel reggae, gospel dancehall. This would have been in 1994,
yeah,
straight up. So some of the guys who are actually popular now wasn't really born, or they were babies when we started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it feels really good to see that, and not only from the perspective of it growing, but also from the perspective of the quality of the music as well.
Right.
Yeah, I'm seeing major growth from that perspective, and I'm really proud of what I'm seeing from our ministers.
And so when I call that legacy, and I think it's a part of yours as well. Tell me, since this pandemic has started, how has your work been affected by COVID-19?
In many ways, it's been a tremendous journey because of the fact that it started last year March, and we had tours planned. At that time, I was about to release my album, which I'm now going to do. And I had Amsterdam, Europe, a whole heap of tours lined up. And then everything shut down. So, you know, we just had to stay within our borders, wherever you are.
Yeah.
So that change was major. But for me, you know, I just took the time to mature, stay within the kingdom. Our church never really stopped or shut down. So even though the church building was closed at that time, the church was still
functioning,
making an impact in many ways, virtually and stuff like that. So I started to do a lot of lives, a lot of Facebook lives, a lot of connecting with the audience, and it just gave us a new perspective of how we could share the gospel, not just share music, but share the gospel and really bring a source of comfort to people in a time where people were really going through something very, 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 very stressful.
So did you get around to releasing that album as yet?
I'm actually releasing the album in May 2nd. So right now I'm in gear. And to be honest with you, the album was a totally different direction. The album was a live album, full live album.
Okay.
And then when the pandemic hit, I just started to do a lot more writing. You know, so as you see, I'm in my studio here. I just started working on other songs. So I kind of split the album half with some of my pandemic songs along with some of the songs that I had before on the album. And we're just getting ready to release soon, yeah.
You calling them your pandemic songs?
Yeah, well, yeah, because it was written really in the context of comfort and hope for people within that time. You know what I mean? So a lot of the inspiration from it was from the stories, the testimonies, when you're doing lives. I remember one time I was doing a live, and on the live, this person said that they wanted to commit suicide and they needed help. And they were actually in Jamaica. So we reached out to our pastor in Jamaica who reached out to them. And, you know, even from that, you see so many people been blessed by just going on Facebook and watching the music and following the lives and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, you know, music really is the healing of the nation. And you have the gospel in the music as well. So I think that, of course, people will naturally gravitate to you looking for hope, looking for peace, looking for comfort. And I guess thank you so much for being able to provide that. And how have you been managing your hope and your peace and your comfort?
Well, man, I grew up in a solid Christian foundation. My mother is a pastor. She's in Trinidad. So shout out to my family in Trinidad right now. so for me, it was a little bit different. You know, for me, it's more about following or hearing from God as what He wants you to do as a minister of the gospel. So it wasn't that bad. I think the roughest part of the pandemic was in October when my father passed, and my brother and I, we couldn't travel to Trinidad at that time because it was just taking so long and everything like that. But that was the roughest part for me. But I had friends, I had my pastor, I had my church, I had people who was really supporting to give me strength and hope within that period, you know. So having people around me and solid people and being in the kingdom with kingdom people and kingdom minded people really help you through a lot of all the stress that you may feel, or all the times where you may feel really down, because we do feel that sometimes.
Indeed, indeed. All right, Sherwin, well, I want to thank you for joining us. Before we leave, tell us what's next for Sherwin Gardner.
Yeah, well, people can look out. You can follow Sherwin Gardner Music on Instagram, Facebook, everything else. But you can look out for new music. We just dropped a single with DJ Nicholas out of Jamaica called Make a Way. We're going to be dropping the video for that pretty soon as well. And then the album will be coming, you know, and started doing a lot more virtual stuff. As you know, I'm more on the international market, so I'm doing a lot of stuff in the international market, production and writing for a lot of major artists as well.
Nice.
So just stay locked to social media and you can hear what's happening, you know what I mean? But good to be back. I remember the last time, I can't remember the last time I was in TTT. It wasn't TTT. The last time I was in TTT was for 12 and under. So that's really years ago.
Well, it's nice to have you back TTT. Even virtually, you know?
Right, yes, man. Yeah, man.
All right,
yeah, man.
Sure.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, at Sherwin Gardner. We'll be right back. We still have more inside the Now Morning Show before we end off this morning, so stay tuned, all right?